Alrighty, fellow travelers, welcome back to Adventures of a Traveling Don and our continuing series here in Athens, Greece. We're going to be focusing on the center today, so city center, Monastiraki, and the Psiri district. So let's go ahead, have a great day in this beautiful day here in central Athens. Alright, to start off the tour, we're actually coming up to the Psiri district. We'll actually come in and out of this place a couple different times, particularly at night. This is kind of more of like the artsy kind of district of central Athens. So you really want to kind of like come here both during the daytime and at the nighttime to kind of experience both of them. But we're starting off at a place here just off of Psiri Square called I Feel Brunch. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am feeling the brunch. Like, I just got myself this French toast that has kind of like different berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. I don't know what the sauce is made out of, but I think it's those berries as well. And then a little cream cheese on top. This thing is absolutely massive. And it's like made out of brioche, so we're gonna give this a try real quick. That's messy. But damn, is that good. Oh my God. I am truly feeling the brunch. I am Brunch Man. Call me Brunch Man. I will say I really like Psiri. I mean, Plaka I think is still probably my favorite so far, just because it's a little bit more local. But even still, like the way that the streets are in Psiri, all the different restaurants, it's definitely the restaurant and kind of like bar area of central Athens. And it also, there, like I said, there's a lot of art. Like the architecture is very bohemian, so it's kind of like that part of German. There's also like lanes like this, these little back alleys that have all of this artwork on here, which is absolutely fantastic. It's very much the artsy district of the Heart of Athens. But yeah, it's really starting to grow on me. Now, of course, when you're in an artsy district, obviously one of the things that's always going to have is, of course, cafes, specifically for coffee. And this one here is kind of like right on the border of Psiri and Monastiraki, and this is called Cafe Barbera. This is actually part of a European chain that goes back to, I think, 1870. It is still run by the Barbera family. I think they're on their 6th generation now. They were like a local place for the longest time in southern Italy, eventually in Naples after the Second World War. They opened up shop there, and then I think around the 1970s or 80s it kind of took off. But there's only 2 in Athens, and this one is the central one. And I can tell you right now, they make a mean cup of coffee. Got myself some Greek coffee, of course, even though it is an Italian brand of a coffee shop. Here in Greece, you gotta have some Greek coffee, and just the smell of that, it's dark as all hell. We're gonna give this a try real quick. Oh yeah, that's good. I learned after the last video that I need to actually, if I do Greek coffee, I gotta put a little sugar in it because it's so just tart and strong. So, and then of course they also give you a little taster here. This is a coffee bean, dark coffee bean in dark chocolate. So we're gonna give that a try. Oh yeah, a mixture of bitter and sweet chocolate. Not necessarily the best, but I've had coffee beans before. If you followed me in Costa Rica, I did that coffee tour, and I ate the cherry, but didn't eat the pit that particular time. I mean, you got the coffee flavor, and it melds very well with the chocolate, but I don't know about that one. That was a little too bitter on the crunch there, but the coffee is very good. All right, so now we've come down into Monastiraki. We're gonna go actually hit up kind of like ancient Greece again and see some like historical ruins that are kind of like on the north side of the Acropolis. This is gonna be like the old Agora and things like that, Temple of Hephaestus. But however, the main strip that leads to that is here, and it's called Adrianoe. I think I got that right. It's here on the edge of Monastiraki and Ancient Athens, and it's just basically lined with restaurants, cafes, maybe a couple shops here and there. It is probably the best place to sit and get a great view of the Parthenon and the Acropolis. However, of course, these restaurants are going to be a little bit more expensive than other places just because of the location. However, it is a really, really nice spot. We'll definitely come back around here at nighttime as well when it's all lit up. Absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, let's go into the Agora and check out some of ancient Athens. Okay, so we have entered into Ancient Agora, and this is basically, for me, a history buff's playground. This is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. I mean, you have to, if you look around, it's just ruins after ruins of the old Agora. And the Agora, of course, was basically like a massive market. People would come here to do business, trade, discuss politics, worship. I mean, there's so much to see here because it is a massive complex. Some of the big things to note, of course, are going to be things like up on the hill behind me, the Temple of Hephaestus, which is a really, really still well-preserved temple up there. Even has its own cat guardians, which was really kind of cute. And then, of course, you have the Stoa, which has actually been redone and made into a museum. So the Stoa is kind of like the only thing that's kind of been rebuilt into as close of a classical style as it was. And basically the way that the Stoa was, just as the Agora was kind of more of the open market, the Stoa is kind of like your, shall we say, outdoor shopping mall to an extent, because they used to have stores in there as well. But it's just, it's such an amazing historical place, and you can just basically, there are some places that are roped off, but you can basically walk almost anywhere within this area. And the admission wasn't all that much. I thought I saw it said 10 euros, but I got in for 5, which is the local ticket. I think also if you're from the EU and you're under 25, I think for like students, it is free admission. You just have to show your passport. So I am not from the EU, and I am 36, so I'm well past that age. But even still, just coming in here for 5 euros, and I could, for myself, literally spend hours in here just soaking it all up. It's just, if you're a big history guy when it comes to ancient Greece, this is really, really cool. Alright, so now that we've had all of our fun doing the history stuff, it's time to get back on the food trail. And I can tell you right now, this little place I found in kind of like a side street, kind of like back square here in Monastiraki, is really, really cute. This is called Kiklimino, I believe is the name of it. But it's a traditional family-run restaurant. The guy even has his own olive farm out in the Peloponnese. So he actually gave me a little side dish of olives to try while we're waiting for our sardines. So we can give that a little taste. Ooh, that is a good olive. That's absolutely fantastic. And they even in-house make their own bread and stuff, so we'll dip that in with a little bit of the olive oil that they soak the olives in. Fantastic. I cannot wait for my sardines. Okay, so the sardines have arrived. I haven't had good sardines since my time in Spain, before I started this channel. And I am super, super excited. These look good. They're just grilled. Looks like a little bit of seasoning on it, but not much. Maybe just salt, pepper, a little oregano maybe. I'm gonna try this real quick. Oh. Simple, but meaty. Just so good. Oh, I love me some sardines. Man, that is fantastic. Wow. I'm happy. Okay, so before we leave Kiklamino, they went ahead and got us a small little dessert. I think every meal comes with one. So we're gonna try this. It's called alba, and it's basically semolina flour with like sugar, cinnamon, a couple other spices in there, but they top it off with a little powdered sugar on there. We'll try that. Ooh, that's good, spongy, not too sweet. That's really, really nice. They also offered me a little shot of rakia, which I've had before. I haven't had the Greek version. I have had some in Serbia, Montenegro, and everyone's a little bit different. So, but bottoms up and cheers. Go. Every time I have it, no matter which type, it goes down strong. It's good. It's actually kind of smooth, but it does go down real strong. This is not something you want to shoot the entire of. Make sure you sip this stuff. But this has been a great experience. So one of the main strips in Monastiraki is, of course, what is considered the Monastiraki flea market. Basically, it's the modern version of the Agora, where it's basically all these different shops, places to just kind of like come peruse. It's mainly all touristic nowadays, but it does eventually lead to Monastiraki Square, which is basically kind of like the central hub here in Monastiraki and downtown Athens. So, I mean, you can see the Acropolis from here. You've got an old Ottoman mosque here. There's all shops, restaurants. You know, it is all very touristic, but it is kind of the heart and center, and it's also basically where the main station is if you're coming in from anywhere in other parts of Athens. So, but anyway, let's continue on into the city center itself. So when I was looking up neighborhoods and districts here in Athens, this area that I'm in literally was just called city center. That's all I could find. And it pretty much is the city center. It's where, you know, you have all of your major stores, brand stores, a lot of restaurants, cafes, bars, a lot of international stuff as well. It's a beautiful area. It's nothing like the ancient areas, similar to like Plaka, of course, ancient Athens, even Monastiraki, and like the Seo have kind of more, you know, age to them. This is definitely much more modern, shall we say. But it's still a really, really nice area, and this is the area where we're going to the next spot to get a beer. Alright, so for my beer lovers, come down here to Central Athens in the Central City District and come to a place called Tales of Ales. This was established in 2018, and it's this fun, like kind of like side street, back alley little beer bar that's got an amazing amount of beers. They even have some good whiskey selections, but their beer selection, a lot of it is Greek, but they have also international stuff. They've got some great taps on. Right now I've got from Milos, I think it's called, what's the name of that? It's called Septum Microbrewery, and it's a Hellas lager, so I'm gonna give this a little try here. That's a good light Hellas lager. Ooh, really nice. Good beer after all this walking today, and of course all this great food. But yeah, I just love the vibe of this. It's kind of like a, you know, it's not a dive bar. It's just a nice beer kind of pub to just kind of just enjoy yourself, enjoy some music, and just, you know, talk to people. Obviously, I'm the only one here right now because I'm here early. Most Greek people generally go out much later, but this place is really, really cool. Okay, so the sun has gone down, and now we are going to go through all the places that we went through outside of the Agora and show you the nightlife here in Athens. so we've come back to the Psiri district, and this is going to be our final stop. And this is a place called, I think, En Iordani, basically Jordan Tavern. And from the sign, it says it's the oldest tavern in the Psiri district, which is not really that old. I think as a tavern, this place has been around since 1983. The building's been around since 1950s. However, you have to remember, there's a lot of Athens was bombed during World War II, and a lot of those old places did not, survive it. There was also, of course, this whole area around Psiri, I think for a long time used to be kind of like a seedy district. It has, since like the 80s, sort of kind of come on out. So, but we're here at the tavern, and we went ahead and got ourselves a starter of basically just some basic feta cheese. And this feta cheese looks so good, just basted with a little bit of olive oil, and then put together with, some oregano, some thyme, some herbs on there. So put that on a little bit of bread. Oh man, there's some good feta cheese. That's fantastic. Okay, so the main dish that I got here is called patizio, and I think I got that right. But again, kind of like musca, it looks very much like a lasagna. However, I think this is a little bit closer because this one actually does have pasta. So it has pasta as the base with like minced beef, egg, grated cheese that's kind of baked on top with like some herbs and stuff inside, a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper. It just looks absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna give this a try. Oh man, like literally that just, everything but the pasta part literally melted in the mouth. That is absolutely fantastic. That's gotta be one of my favorite dishes I've had so far since I got to Athens. I've never had that before. That is, that's something I need to try and learn how to make a recipe like that so I can make that at home. That is fantastic. Alrighty guys, so that is going to be the end of this particular tour around Athens. I hope you guys enjoyed our tour of City Center, Monastiraki, and of course Psiri. This is of course the heart of Athens. Hope you guys loved it, enjoyed it. All that food was absolutely fantastic. I'm full. I'm going to go home and drink some tea and then go to bed. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed all of that. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And of course, if you like the video, give it a big old thumbs up. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And if you want to help, of course, support the channel, I do have a Patreon page and a Buy Me a Coffee account. I'll leave all the links in the description. Until we meet again, guys, here in Athens, peace out and have a great night.